TERA is going free-to-play, Akaneiro Demon Hunter swiftly closes in on release, MechWarrior Tactics moves into closed beta at a price, and more on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. Good news for fans of action MMORPGs. TERA will be switching over to a completely free-to-play model starting in the month of February. The tab targetless, free-aiming MMORPG will be ditching its purchase requirement, along with its monthly fees for both the North American and European areas. Those that had previously purchased the game will be upgraded to a veteran account, which grants additional character slots, more bank tabs, and additional broker transactions. At a glance, free-to-play users seem to be getting quite the deal with no real meaningful content restrictions imposed. Heck, we even get all our action bars. One can assume a cash shop is in order, but in terms of actual gameplay, free-to-play users do not appear to be getting the short end of the stick. You can view the full free-to-play breakdown by checking out the official article on our website at MMOBomb.com. At launch, TERA was applauded for its action-based combat, but criticized for its incessant use of generic kill quests. The move toward free-to-play could be seen as TERA's attempt to better compete with free-to-play action MMO juggernaut Raiderz. The MMO has already gone free-to-play in Korea as of January 10th. The name MechWarrior Tactics may have some of you furrowing your brows in confusion and scratching your heads. After all, didn't we just have a MechWarrior game released? Yes, we did, but besides similarities in name and the burning desire to annihilate the enemy's team in a hail of rockets and lasers, the two games have incredibly different gameplay. While MechWarrior Online is a tactical mech simulator/shooter, MechWarrior Tactics is a turn-based tabletop-esque strategy with players controlling a group of 4 mechs in a series of 1v1 matches, whereby each player moves and fires in asynchronous turns. This translates into actions being selected individually but resolved simultaneously. The game is very much inspired by the original BattleTech tabletop, which actually spawned the MechWarrior series altogether. Tactics just went into closed beta but is already offering founder packs for sale. The packs come in 3 varieties ranging from $20 to $120 and come with immediate beta access along with additional in-game currency, exclusive mech units, and other cosmetic goodies. Some players have actually expressed anger over the developer's choice to offer closed beta incentives through cash grabs this early. It seems as though more and more developers are opting to release cash grabs earlier in development when the game's overall progress is still unclear. What are your thoughts on founder pack incentives? Does it matter if developers give players a way to pay into beta early on? Let us know. Spicy Horse Games, American McGee's Shanghai-based studio and the creative force between the upcoming action RPG Akaneiro Demon Hunters, announced the start of the open beta last week. Unfortunately, the beta phase was only set to run until January 16th, with the focus being on stress testing the servers in preparation for the official launch. New updates to the beta include advanced character training, weapon improvements, and the still under development locale Shivering Pines, which adds to the game's already visually striking art style. If you happen to miss out on the beta, don't worry. Spicy Horse plans on using the week after open beta to fix bugs and continue adding content with the official release scheduled the week after. On a separate note, Spicy Horse Games is also running a Kickstarter for the RPG, with promises of an Android and iOS tablet port, equipment crafting system, improved community support, and, curiously, the addition of co-op multiplayer. Yes, you heard right, the game will not have cooperative multiplayer on release unless the campaign is successful. At the time of this recording, the Kickstarter still needs quite a lot to reach its goal of 200,000, just under 20 days left to do so. More information concerning the Kickstarter can be found on our site, with details on how you can donate as well. What are your thoughts on a free-to-play game pursuing Kickstarter funding? Perfect World has revealed yet another class for their upcoming MMO Neverwinter. The latest class to be added is called the Great Weapon Fighter, and despite the rather unoriginal name, it does conjure up quite the appetite for destruction and outright mayhem. The Great Weapon Fighter does what its name suggests it does best: fighting with large two-handed weapons and dealing huge swaths of damage to all those unfortunate to be caught in its blade's arc. Practically every attack the fighter has at their disposal deals massive damage in an area of effect, which certainly makes up for the class's slow attack speed. The Great Weapon Fighter seems to come equipped with just about every iconic two-handed weapon ability, including Reaver, which lets a player launch his sword and subsequently himself toward his target, and Spinning Strike, which, simply put, lets players spin to win. Neverwinter is inching increasingly closer toward closed beta, so be sure to check back here often for upcoming beta news and key giveaways. Cabal 2 still has yet to get an official release date here in the West, but that hasn't stopped the developers from continuing to release content for the original Cabal, which, despite its age, still remains fairly popular. GamesMasters.com has revealed its plans for Cabal Online's 9th expansion, dubbed Rising Force. The expansion comes only 3 months after the last major content update and is set to launch in February. The update will bring a whole variety of new features, including a new PvP mode where players will compete in a brand new battleground that houses daily ranked 1v1 PvP battles, a new dungeon called the Tower of the Dead, and a revamped skill system which brings all new spell effects as well as brand new skills. The expansion is available to everyone free of charge and will be simultaneously made available in 6 languages, including English, German, French, Spanish, Italian, and Turkish. No official date in February has been given for the launch yet. And the game of the week is Microvolts. Microvolts is a cartoony third-person shooter where players assume control over toys brought to life by a mad scientist, and each armed to the teeth with an enormous amount of weapons. Since Microvolts takes place from the perspective of a small toy, it offers a unique shooter experience as players battle it out across gardens, rooftops, kitchens, and other household areas. Players can purchase different toy soldiers, each with their own personality and visual style. Each character can also be customized with outlandish clothing and weapons. Unlike most shooters, Microvolts allows players to equip and use up to 7 different weapons at a time, allowing for players to bring along just about every gun for the job. Almost every gun type imaginable is available, from chainsaws and sniper rifles to miniguns and bazookas. Microvolts offers an incredible 11 game modes that not only includes several unique PvP and PvE game modes, but even adds toy-sized twists to all the old favorites. If you've been looking for a shooter that strays from the conventional war theme, then be sure to check out Microvolts. And that's all for this week, but as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment below. And until next week, check us out at MMOBomb.com for more free-to-play action.